Well, split in 3 parts in the maze we started our last session.
Well, I remember what happened to me.
Don't remember what happened to me.
I can start. You know what? I'll do the recap. You guys are all terrible. I'm kidding. You're all great. But
I have my notes, but my brain is still stuck with a human head popping out from
every
a toilet.
time a single person tells me that they have the notes, I ask them if they can send me those because I love to read people's notes, but they never do.
I can't send you an Arabic
give
note,
them
but
to
yeah.
me. Okay. I'll translate.
But I will give it that. But at the moment, we started in first with Eloin's side, because most of it my note is with Eloin's side, that standing next to Gaol and Gurnash and that how to pronounce his name? The name in the bow person. Groshnak is Nagat. Yeah, I almost call him. For some reason I write Negat. Discussing, not discussing, more reuniting with the Gaol, and complimented Alon that he able to reach them, or able to follow Nagat. After that, we been met with, I believe, Jethris and Vela. They good thing that Gawal was in a front. Oh, Goshnak will smack one of them. Well, we continue down, walking and meeting. I believe Bella and Judas, not Judas, Judas wasn't there. I believe Bella and Jethris decide to stay to check about the statue while the rest going there, going down. When we reach down, go, what's his name? Regulus was down also there, able to succeeded to let the drow escape from this tunnel after some few battle with the horned creature. What they call Tornak?
Yeah, call them Turnock.
Turmeric. And one of them get eaten by a gelatin cube, and believe Regulus and Eloin and Thong decide to return to Vela and Jethris and Judas up north to see what's going on. When we reach there, Vela decide to cast Greater Restoration to one of the statue. Appear that wasn't good thing. Get immediately attacked by these weirdly cursed creature. After battling them more and more, when Elwin reached there, he brought his sword of fire, and a weird dark creature like a mantis, or stingray, appeared from the darkness that appeared it is hidden. Upon fighting all these creatures and killing them, Jethris summoned his earth elemental, and a big tortoise earth pop out. We continue our battle and fight. I believe what's his name? Vela did something. I'm not sure. Vela did something. No, Gawal wasn't with us.
It was Frost.
Yeah, so yeah. So Vela did something. I forget what is that.
She talked to the head.
She tried to do the Greater Restoration, and then once the creatures were dead, she tried to grab knowledge from the dead.
Yeah, that's the part of my note is missing. Later on, Alon did some looking around, he finds two places. One of them have weirdly small stony creature scattering around there, and the other side it's extremely dark. Even for Alwyn, 125 dark vision couldn't see anything. Knowing that it wasn't normal dark, he returned and informed the party. And that were the, I believe that was where the poor Minot ended.
Pretty much indeed, that is what happened last session, as on the other side, there was a conversation at the end of the session between Grushnak and Goela speaking amongst themselves. Grushnak revealed that the drow are aligned with a dragon that breathes, in his own words, and I quote, death. A hint of what might lie up ahead, shadowy dragon. The group is still up into the distance and Regulus is still concentrating onto the celestial spirit, for its absence would mean that Naivara is free to escape or more so venture towards there. The group seems a little bit enthralled in its research, a little bit interested in investigating the area around this place, but regardless, back where Goel, Grushnek and Nagat are, Grushnek will turn towards Goel and speak. Your arrival, as I said, has been not promised, but omens of the shamans have suggested that it coming as such would lead the charts against the drow to end once and for all this dark life that we've been forced to relive in here down below. But alas, we will not fight the drow today. The few that might be scarred around this maze will find death, regardless if we are to help that or not. Your allies seem to be taking their time. They might get lost as well. If you believe that there can be benefit to this hunt, like the wolf of yours, the nature suggests you might need to gather them. He turns and looks towards Nagat for a moment. We don't have much time to spare, but we should also prepare a feast in the camp. He turns then back to Yugal. I'll leave a trail for you to follow. It's hard, but I'm sure Marshall would be able to navigate these corridors with ease and find his path to us. If you did it once, you can do it again. We will make preparations for a celebration. The real one will come tomorrow. But tonight, we dine and prepare for the hunt to come. We share stories of old. For tomorrow, we will make new ones, carved in blood and bone.
Indeed. I will follow your trail. You may leave.
Grushnak nods, and he and Agat start to venture back towards the camp.
I guess I'll go back. So I'm assuming I went with them to see like the trail that he left and the signs and the road and stuff like.
More so suggesting that on your way back you will be able to see signs.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Sure.
And like
Yeah.
not going with everyone, like I would have gone with them a little bit of the way, just to see the route or the beginning of the routes and then the signs they would leave out, and then I would walk
What you
back.
should be on the lookout. What you should be on the lookout for. Yes, correct.
Yeah, so I'll go back with to everyone through the maze.
I'll move you towards there to save you some time, as Elwin pretty much should have returned at that point before Goel's arrival, but soon and close towards it. As Goel is making the way towards you, it is where Elwin has returned and informed of what he has found in the areas up and above.
Ugh. Oof.
The Earth
Someone-
Elemental still stands in the area. If I recall correctly, it has a duration of an hour.
Yeah.
I changed the token for it more so to just make it a different, separate entry on the journal of Action Earth Elemental. But yeah,
Awesome.
it's the item. The stat is within the item, in case that you are looking for it at any point.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Have you found anything interesting?
A big blue rock turtle.
Yes, I saw.
Then why'd you ask?
My vision through Snow Song is limited to what he likes to see. He's not interested in
Well,
things of value to us.
Mm. Did I tell everyone about the two location?
Yes,
Yes.
pretty much prior to Goel's arrival.
I don't know if you're interesting, but I found two location. One with a strange, small, tony creature. The second one is kind of ominous. It was dark. I couldn't see in the dark. I felt if I'll go there, I'll be in danger.
Well, it's good not to venture into these halls too much. It could lead to your death. And there are still some drow lost here that will fight you as well.
Mm.
I think it's best if we relocate and regroup at the camp so we may rest.
Mm.
Yeah, where's your I don't know, where's the other orcs that were here? I don't know. I just kind of ran this way to go find the rest of you guys.
You mean my father?
Oh, that was your dad. Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
He's a real big guy.
Yeah, he went back to the camp.
Mm.
There was no time to waste here. He needed to go back. He already took long to be here by himself. And we cleared the way for him, so he is needed.
Okay. Well, should we get on back to them?
Yes. They have marked the way for us.
Sounds good.
Judas turns towards Vala, a little bit secretive as Goel moves a little bit further, but not as in he's trying to hide it, but more so trying to keep it a little bit more personal in this occasion as he will turn towards Vala. I have the remaining skulls with me. I'll assume you want me to carry them back to the camp.
I imagine that should be ideal.
Starts to move up forward. Strange this place is. He looks up from where Elohim ventured. All sorts of strange creatures lying here, and secrets that we have learned. Maybe ones that the orcs are hiding from us. But regardless, we shall move. You look up to the distance, Vala, from the way that Elohim went a moment ago. Again, you are not on the path that Elwin suggested yet. Faintly into the back, you can still hear this ethereal chant. Whenever you narrow your eyes towards that direction, you can hear this music. You seem to linger in there for a moment or two. The rest, it is clear to you, perceptive and insightful as you are, they cannot hear that.
Is that only Elowen or Jethros?
Sorry,
DM?
I'm confused a little bit. What do you mean?
The sound that I can hear, that someone like me or Jethros, English.
I'll help you.
Thank you.
Alwyn, as everyone starts to move up forward, you turn back and you could hear that song, that melody as well, resonating from there. And as you see everyone moving up forward, you notice that Vala stands still. Vala doesn't notice because you are invisible, so she won't notice that you can hear it as well. But it is clear to you that she can hear it and you can hear it as well from the path of darkness it seemed to originate. Everybody else seems to be unable to hear it or indifferent to it.
I forget I'm invisible.
Earth elemental bumps into you. Oof.
I walk between his legs, so I'm like. So let him pass me. Do I notice Vala also heard that?
You can clearly see that she's in the back, looking and gazing towards there, if she's with a purpose. I'll let Vala describe if she wants to add something to the description, but I'll assume at the very least she is a little bit, maybe not interested, but for sure suspicious or a little bit intrigued by that. It is clear to you that she is enthralled, or that at the very least her attention is diverted towards there.
Vala?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was just contemplating.
Oh. I thought you heard what I heard.
Maybe. I have to admit that darkest corners of of its dungeon usually make the most interesting sounds.
Wait, you can hear it then?
Well,
It's
I wasn't sure if it was something I could hear and not just my imagination, but yes.
it's weird. Not weird, it's strange. I turn, look to everyone, not like moving around, and I don't have to make an insight to make sure that only us, me and Vala, to only yeah. So I don't believe anyone can hear that.
It is in and of itself a little strange. At first, I'd think it had to do with our elven blood, but Judas doesn't seem to hear it either. Oh wait, Jethros.
Huh?
What can you hear right now?
What can I hear right now?
The sound of the earth elemental moving behind the group.
Hey, stop fucking moving. I need to listen.
You turn your attention towards the Jethros. Silence fills the area. Make me a perception check, regardless.
Okay.
Silence fills the area.
I don't hear shit.
Okay. So I don't think there's a check for that, but could Vala try to make I don't know an insight check maybe to see if this sound is produced by something? Well, if it's produced artificially, something that targets mostly her and Elwin. Is there a check related to that? You know, to see if the sound is artificial or if it's something that's actually occurring.
You can
And,
make me an investigation check, similar to how an illusion would work.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. Vala will be attempting to do that.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
You turn towards there and try. Stop it, Zethros, no! What the hell are you doing to me right now? In the middle of the session, I'm thinking of Catman. I'll return back to Vala as I am saying, as Vala turns her attention towards there, and you can clearly hear the melody behind. Usually, an illusion would sound hollow, but you are able to get a little bit of a reading or more better listen as you hear the following words being into the distance spoken. Beneath the moonlit cloak of night, where stars like diamonds brightly gleam, hurries for you, radiant light, a guiding hand, shadow dream.
Okay, so can Elwin also hear that? Like
If he
Vala will.
attempts to discern it, or if you point it out to him, he might be able to listen or trace those words as well. But yeah,
Well,
I'll leave it up to
is the song repeated? Is this verse repeated, or is it heard once among the, the?
you. The melody is the same. The verse itself could be repeated, but this is the one that you were able to listen and echo clear.
Okay, so Vala will take hold of Elwin's shoulder and
Where?
keep him, with his ear turned towards the direction of the sound, and as she says, give it a listen.
Vala, that's not my ear.
What?
I am not I am invisible at the moment.
Oh,
Can you move your finger in my mouth?
move what?
Your hand. It is in my nose and mouth.
Oh, my bad. Right.
Thank you.
Just please listen to that. Please tell me you can listen to that. I think there's words in the whole.
Val, who are you talking to?
Okay, listen here. One of you is invisible, and the other one of you seems deaf. So I will have to deal with both
You're
of you at the
tripping,
same
bro.
time.
I will close my eye and try to listen.
Make an investigation check, Alwyn, as well.
Could I take the advantage thanks to the help from Vala?
Go for it. Sure.
Thank you. $15.
You
Actually,
hear.
Hmm.
Go ahead, sorry.
I remember that Syrian elf have advantage in investigation, but sorry, go ahead.
You hear those words clear. Maybe a few of them you missed. As you tune in and more so close your eyes and attune to the song, you can potentially hear even more its verses. The song continues in the same rhythm. Oh, river of joy with laughter bright, you dance among the whispering trees, bring solace to the weary night, and set our troubled spirits free.
I will repeat these uh, words. Is that what you heard?
More or less. I did not memorize it from one hearing, but uh, do you remember the words?
I tried to repeat the words that I heard. And believe me, out of character, you don't want to listen to Manam singing. You will be immediately fail a save and you become deafened and have a madness.
To be fair, the main thing that Vala wants is for Jethros to listen to
Mm.
the song, so perhaps he can make more of more sense of it. But at the same time, could Vala attempt some sort of religion or history check because it sounds like something she should have heard. It references the stars, so perhaps, maybe.
Go for it. Make my religion check.
I will ask. Wait, let me check. Nope, I don't have religion. I cannot help. Sorry, go ahead.
It's absolutely fine. Vala will be requesting the guidance of her goddess for that, since it seems to involve her. So let's try and. Oh,
Mm.
that's good. That's pretty good. 20. It's a blackjack. I mean, it's a 21.
It's a
Um,
blackjack.
For sure, there are little deities that speak of the moonlight, stars, and two of the very major that do so have an elven background. This could be either traced to a worshipper of the Dark Dancer or to a worshipper of the Queen of Havandor. Both of them are nearly as equal to your estimation of what meaning has the song behind. Perhaps it is of a follower, perhaps it is of something else, but it clearly, from the themes on those lyrics, has to do with one of the two or both.
okay. So Vala is a little suspicious of this because she's not forgetting the chance that we are in a deep, dark place, and it is not unheard of creatures to use uh, illusions or sounds that are pleasant to potential prey to lure them in. So, yes, on one hand, she wants to go investigate. On the other hand, this feels a little targeted, considering that only her and Elwin can hear it. So, Vala is going to turn towards Jethros and, Regulus and say, "Can one, could we go and investigate a little further ahead? I think I hear something interesting. It might be survivors, but it might be trouble. I can't guarantee
I
which of the
was
two."
I was told there's nothing but elemental creatures that will turn you to stone and uh Tanathal down here.
Uh, A question: did Vala explain the religion ID to Eloin?
Oh, actually, she did not. My bad. But it's not that she refuses to do that. It's that, she just processed it in her head. She didn't voice it out loud. So she may actually do say that.
But like thinking, I don't believe that it's just for elves. Oh, have a blood of elves. Judas did not hear that. There's something me and you share, but I'm not sure what is it.
Judas turns
No.
around and speaks as well. This is the second time my name echoes in this conversation. He turns and
I
looks
know,
back
right?
towards there. But I am with Regulus on that. He, as he says, you, Elwin, clearly said that there were some strange elemental creatures up ahead, and as to Regulus, which will turn us to stone, and some strange darkness, given we saw the way that the town of Alphite, it seems like this might be their doing. Then turns back
Straight
towards
up.
Regulus. Who told you of that, though? You weren't with us.
Gut feeling, it just comes to me when I'm running through terribly large amounts of enemies.
Inside check.
Inside check.
Wait, Vala, I think I hear something too. It's the sound of my bones splintering. I don't mind doing all this, but it's really Goel's call. We're here on his dime.
You have a point, I suppose, but
I mean, what is it? What are you tweaking out about?
it's a verse. All right, I haven't heard it before, but the words, they feel like they're calling out to something familiar.
And only me and Vala could hear that. Out of character, there's something in my mind, but I cannot say it until Val explains the religion.
It's a false Hydra, we all know that.
No,
I think
not
she said
about
she
that. Did she dead?
Pretty sure.
Sorry, my
Goel probably have heard some of that conversation because he picked up a rope, which only takes 10 seconds to pick up. So,
Hey, Goel.
I love the way inspiration failed Regulus, but his sorcery points just don't.
The power.
I used luck to make him reroll.
You don't
I
have
don't
luck.
have luck. I don't have luck.
Actually?
So, I assume you do not want to leave now. There are more things to.
I mean, personally, I wouldn't mind scramming. But there's apparently a scary dark cloud. And singing, I guess. They keep saying they're singing, but...
Can I try and
More
perceive the singing?
You can
Investigation
attempt,
check.
Regulus, but no matter what you roll, you won't be able to hear this. So
Oh.
take it as you'd like, that you attempt to your best of your ability, yet still you won't hear a single thing.
I know I don't see good, but I usually hear good, and I don't hear anything.
I do not hear anything.
I do not hear anything either.
This is why I'm a little concerned about this. It does feel like something that wants to draw my attention and Elwin's.
This is more reason to leave.
Well, I
We
had
can
a
come
theory.
back later.
Till you said Elwyn, I had a theory. Now I don't.
I whispered to Goel, I don't want to be that guy, but isn't there like madness down here? Could they be going crazy, man?
Very likely.
If my celestial spirit goes and checks if the other big bad orcs are still waiting at the entrance, would they see them?
The orcs or if the orcs
The
would see the
orcs.
celestial spirit, you would, yeah. The
Well,
celestial
no.
spirit. Oh,
I don't care if
okay.
they see the celestial spirit. I care if they are there.
Oh, they're
At
not.
this
No
moment.
longer
No, they've
there.
been gone. Long
Yeah.
gone.
Okay. While we're having this conversation, the celestial spirit's going to go over and knock on the wall. A mile
What the
away.
fuck?
Not that close. The celestial spirit is a mile away. They would speak to them, but yeah. They only speak celestial. Gives a polite wave.
You don't see through the celestial spirit, but as there is an interaction in between Nevada and the creature. The drow turns to the celestial spirit and extends something to it, a strange power that is given to the celestial spirit.
Molotov
The
cocktail.
drow speaks a few words to the celestial spirit, but you won't be able to hear them. Celestial spirit, however, seems appreciated.
Would they not be able to communicate it back to me?
You understand that they were given something. As far as the celestial spirit can tell, as a gesture of thanks or something.
Okay. Celestial spirit's gonna work its way towards
Wrong way, I'll move it to you.
okay.
Goel will try to plead with the party once more.
I have to go through the trial.
Yeah, let's
We
go.
should not waste any more time trying to satiate our curiosity. I know we can conquer this halls, and it's not difficult for us. But the next time I flow into a raid, we may not be so lucky.
You're correct. I'm sorry. It's just that finding something, but the chance of finding something connected to my people down here excited me more than it should. Let's move on with your trial.
Well, we know it's here now, so we can come back.
DM, can I make a survival check
For what?
for future that we come here? Like I know Nugget, like I believe also Goel have that crazy ability to survival, but also Alwan in his mind want to remember this place. So
It's the opposite way around. The time that you will try to get towards here, you will make a survival check. Trying to recall the trail to here.
then I will leave a mark of my, like using my short sword, like mark for the wall, so it helped me in the future while we return it to our way.
In the other side, as you're about to leave, the celestial spirit arrives after wandering under the corridors for a little bit. It turns towards Regulus, and you can see the mother of the couple offering a small pouch with strange pigments that have a slight glow on it. I'll put it on the item tab, Regulus. It's just pouch with some of those pigments. Do roll me 1d4 plus 2, I think it is the roll. Yes. 1d4 plus 2.
Pain.
So, total of 3. I edited the handout as well.
Is it?
The glow room pigment.
Oh,
It's
there.
on the items tab.
Oh, it's giant stuff, and I don't even get more than the minimum. Sad. Take the little pouch, put on in my bag. Turn to the rest. So are we getting out of this maze now? Pretty sure we can get guided out by my celestial spirit. They just blocked, I think, from the entrance.
Right. Yeah.
Just to be sure, Caitlin, do we have to walk in the maze? Oh, we just reach the exit.
I'll move you once again. No worries. As you take your time to return back to the Orc tribe home, venturing around into the Underdark. The more you venture further away from this place, the less it's going to be like that you will hear any of that music. Once again, the scintillating lights glimmer in the distance. The strange, ignore that, it's leftover. A strange glow from those lights that Nagat suggested that you would avoid the path to the Athen Mole. There are carvings left and right and around the area as you move to this place. Left from Grusha, by Grusha, for the very lot of you to potentially follow them all the way back. And sooner rather than later, after a while tracking. Well, given that I suppose you are the one that is trying to make the survival check with the aid from Grushnak to make it back here, go for it. Roll me a survival check with advantage.
Don't get us lost, buddy, alright? I really want to see you succeed this trial. I give you bardic inspiration.
Could I use it?
Can, but 25 I think is more than enough.
30.
It's almost 20.
As you return back towards the camp, a handful of the orcs stand at the entrance, point their arrows as they hear movement. By the time that you turn corner, all the arrows are pointed towards you. You as they see Goel, the arrow, and put down their weapons as you can pass through here once anew. Don't see Jethros on the map.
That's because...
Are you on the map, Jethros?
It did the thing where it deleted my token last time.
Okay.
There was a big hullabaloo about it. We haven't been to the map since.
No worries.
Thank you.
As you can all once again return onto the camp. The eyes of the orcs all turn towards you as you move back towards here. They spoke a few words under the breath, but they also turned up ahead to whatever carcasses they have managed to acquire during the day. You can see some mushrooms, some fungal rations up and ahead, and some meat. You aren't entirely certain of what kind that meat is, though you can clearly see the skin, or more so shed skin, of a reptile creature around the area hanging from there. Perhaps snakes, or lizards, or something in between. The orcs can be creative when adjusting to their hunger.
Mmm. Smells delicious over here.
The smell certainly is distinct.
Judas moves up forth as well. Looks a little bit around and quickly just readjusts to his previous spot. A little bit to the side, a little bit further away, to just rest a little bit. Clearly, this is not his preferred place to be, but he is also a man, job, not a task. He moves to the side and looks up to the cavern ceiling and stands there with a weapon by the side and always at hand as he tries to close his eyes and rest for a bit. You can hear some words being spoken, but are quite loud from the tent of the shaman.
Mmm.
Goella's gonna go to this elder orc type dude who raised those, dragon thingies. Half dragon, half dog. And ask,
I am back. Oh, Nagat. I see you made it here.
Nagat nods. Not
Where are my
sure.
parents?
He turns as you move towards you. He turns to speak. Not sure if that was the doings of the drow we left back, but apparently the two hunters that were assigned with finding that a drow witch, someone has returned them. Both terrible state. They've expired.
Then she will die. Or answer for her crimes.
We cannot tolerate weaklings. If they weren't able to bring down a single sorceress, single witch, they would have been a detriment tomorrow.
It is not my place to judge.
Hag will turn towards Goel. Your father is looking at them right now. He points to the shaman's den up into the distance.
Then I must go and explain.
Then I must go and explain.
And it just walks past him and goes directly to the place.
You quickly open the not really a door, more so a drag over there, some cloth. As you just move it to the side, Grushnak, Draga, and the shaman turn towards you. You can see inside a handful of them that seem to have taken quite the damage, wounds onto their skin, and two of those orcs seem that their flesh has melted. The shaman looks towards Goel and speaks towards Grushnak. He shouldn't be here. He hasn't made the trial yet. This is holy ground. Grushnak just grabs them by the throat for a moment, but doesn't lift them. They exchange a mean look. Is my son, you speak of. Then turns back towards Goel. But he is right. Out. Come, my son. And he turns back to the shaman. Turn. Tend to those wounded. Traga will help you. Grushnak moves out. He looks into the weapons to the side. He looks into the meal being prepared. Lizard, the mount of the drow. Not only we diminish their numbers, but we feed from them. Great hunt, that is. Smile onto his face. As Grushnak moves a little bit to the side over here, leaves his warhammer to rest, and just stands by the end of the pond, putting his feet into the soaking water. Oh, that feels nice.
I must apologize.
For what?
I think I made a mistake. The two scouts that were given the mission to follow the drow witch, they perished. The witch seems stronger than they were.
Survival of the fittest, Grushnak will speak. Sure, when the tables turned, I wouldn't say anything as such. She was able to outskill them. There is respect to be said, to be given for this. survival instinct and all that. It was she or them, and she prevailed. In life, we do not choose who gets to live and who doesn't. He turns back and looks to the many orcs. Many of the soldiers in here, many of the hunters, will die tomorrow. Maybe we will die. No one knows of what might happen. This is a cruel war. The Underdark is filled with danger. That is why tonight we celebrate. That is why tonight we feast and drink. For it might be the last time that some of us will get a chance to tell our tales, bathed in fire.
It brings me great sadness that I did not have the time to learn from your wisdom. That all these years have passed, and I have not had the chance to be a better person. But alas, I am here now, and the lessons I learned today will be valuable to me. So I thank you, Rushna.
He looks back, sees the rest of the group sitting around by the fire, approaching, melding with the rest of the orcs. You would have made a better hunter in here, that is true. A better person? I'm not sure if I can tell that. What even constitutes a better person?
I do not know.
Neither do I. That is, for others to think, for others to let it steer. Those questions can and won't be answered in the Underdark. A friend of mine once said, philosophy needs time. And time is not what you really have when you're always with a dagger behind you. It seems clear to you, Goel, that aside from Grushnak being this bloodthirsty and very much skilled hunter, he is also quite well spoken, charismatic, as one would say. Not necessarily as every other orc that you have seen, though for sure they have taken from his leadership, but you can clearly see that he's using words that you haven't heard in orcs being spoken prior that much, even. Certain words are only in common, for there aren't words in the orcish vocabulary for words as such philosophy.
Goel nods in like amazement.
Your mother could not have been more thrilled on your return. We've already made ourselves fond of one another again 3 times by now.
Yes, that is true. Hmm. What will happen after this celebration?
We will march. We will first rest, and then we will march against the drow, put an end to them once and for all, and then we'll be free, not of their chains, but of their shadow. Many of those people in here have not seen the sun, have not gazed on it, have forgotten how it looks, have only heard of it from tales like mine, Hagu, and a few rest of the elders around here. There were times that many of the tribe wanted to leave this place, search for a, as they would say, place to be up and above and abandoned this land under the mountains. But we can never be free as long as they exist.
And what of my trial?
It will come after a great victory. Tomorrow, after the fight, after our victory, we'll prepare you. It is customary for hunters to sometimes take trackers with them, animal companions. You don't have to take it alone. But those that do are the ones that receive the blessing of the hunt.
I think I will take it with Snow Song.
Grushnak nods as you say this. He looks back to your other companions and says, maybe for the best. Your other companion might not understand.
Shall we join the celebrations?
Soon, Grushnak will say. Soon. Very soon. I'll shift for a moment to see how everybody else is faring. Regulus, you return once again back to the spotted lion standing in there. The hunters recognize you as you approach. They don't seem to be much caring of what you will do. They've seen you prior as you return back to the huge lion that stands in there. You can
That's pretty.
attempt once again to try and pet it.
I will try.
Go for it.
Wait, actually, hold on 1 second. I will. I will sacrifice a first level spell slot to get a sorcery point
Go for
for
it.
no reason whatsoever. Anyways, animal handling.
Yes?
Yes, didn't even need it. Just need to use the power.
As indeed, as you recall what it's like and what it is like, the immediate connection that you made on the first time seems to steer. The second time, you hear a strange sound as you put your hand onto it, as if the massive lion purrs. Your hand shakes as this happens, as if an earthquake is down below you, only to realize that it is a way for the lion to express its fondness of your actions.
I then continue to pet lion.
I'll turn to the others as see Elwin just moves to the side, puts down his armor. Is there anything that you'd like to be doing, Elwin, in the meanwhile? Just
Not.
standing in there.
It's more of sitting there holding the swords. Yeah, just normal maintenance thing that he do, but not much he will do that. Then other that,
Vala, Jathras, I see you already speak via the or being via the text. If you want to take a moment for seeing or ask people around, feel free to do so, as you are more than welcome around the fire in there, as they seem to prepare the feast.
Huh.
Before I respond to Vala, I will lean over to Hagu and say, "Hey, is this for like everyone? Can I have some?"
When it's ready, Hagu will speak.
Right. Well, Vala, I don't think we're heading right back there, but we can go back. Once Goel's business is done.
Yeah, I would like that.
I've already got something down here that was piquing my interest, but I didn't want to, mess anything up until then.
Oh, what is that?
Jethris looks around, looks at Hagu, leans a little closer to Valen. That earth node that guy was talking about.
Say again, please.
That earth node that guy was talking about, he whispers.
Oh. You're still thinking about it?
Yeah, well, I can't really stop. I need the thing.
Jethros, are you oftentimes like this about precious things, or does this one feel
This
special?
is not. It ain't for me.
Then who's it for?
My partner.
Your partner.
Umash.
Right. I see. It makes sense. But I think she would appreciate uh, you not dying for
Whoa,
a gift.
hang on. Like, not my life partner. I'm not like marrying Umash. He's like the guy who gives me my rock powers, Vala.
Oh, right,
Woof.
right.
Slow down there. I'm single.
I'm so yeah. I For a moment there, I thought I had missed something very important in your stories, but yes, thank you for reminding me. It's just my mind is also back in that place. So
No, I get
right,
it.
still, um, how far are you willing to go for that? You know, um, for that thing.
Well, what do you mean?
Um, I'm asking as to you wouldn't risk your life for it. Like if we noticed that it's just too dangerous, you wouldn't go, right?
Well, I don't think
You
it's
would
gonna come to
give it
that.
up. I'm speaking hypothetically here.
Sure.
All
Well,
right.
I think the problem is that that big rock butthole creature that was like killing us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently that thing was summoned by the node. And listen, Nugget probably would have died if it wasn't for us. I'm just thinking that they're just leaving it there. The more it sits there, the more these people are in danger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's kind of a double. I guess that's not what the expression is for double edged sword, but it's like two reasons. Like two birds, with one stone is what it's called. But, um, if I were gonna die if it happened, I mean, I've been really close to dying a lot before, and you guys have kept that from happening.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, I guess in our kind of life, being close to death is much more frequent than one would feel comfortable with.
Um, um Vala, I want to say if there was a chance that that I might perish upon trying to get it, I wouldn't. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't. But there's a lot hinging on that. I want to
Mm-hmm.
keep my family profitable and all such. Um,
Of course.
so I gotta keep my deals. You know.
Yeah, I absolutely understand, and I respect it.
But I'll help you figure out whatever this song thing is. Since shit's tough.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. It is.
I mean, so this thing wasn't like a hymn or anything that like your people would sing all the time.
No, no, it felt more like a nursery rhyme.
Hmm.
So that's why I was really interested. I think I've heard all of the, and or at least I've studied all the hymns that are known in the major cities of the Elven lands. So it surprises me to find such things that I do not know.
I mean, what would it go like? I mean, I'm a song guy, so maybe I've heard it before.
How did it go? Uh, well, so Vala only somewhat remembers the lyrics.
You can scroll up if you need to find them. They should be up there.
Mm-hmm. Let me. Oh, you actually linked them on. Oh, right. So,
Yeah.
well, either way, Vala is not the most high intelligence character. She doesn't have the perfect memory, but she will, let's say, like 80-70% remembers the lyrics to let's say hum them back to Jethros.
Hmm. I'm just gonna assume I don't know what it is.
Can I?
Indeed. Go ahead, Regulus.
Is there any chance? I don't want to intrude. Is there any chance I could hear Vala repeat those words?
Probably so. I leave it entirely up to you. I don't want to limit anyone from role playing amongst the scene, so feel free.
I imagine like Regulus, like sort of initially scuttled up towards the edge of the fire, and then sort of like tried to scoot over this guy, but ends up just like not doing that. I'm just like stick his head through the between of these two. What are you guys talking about?
Ah,
Can you
hi,
hear?
Reg.
What was the thing you were just saying?
I was singing.
You need me to check your temperature?
No, nothing such. It's just that as I said, I heard that song, and I was hoping that Jethros, with all his knowledge of songwriting and music, give me uh, might give me some ideas as to what this might be. But
Sounds like something the worshippers of the Dark Dancer would sing about.
I agree with that, and it's very likely.
Who's that?
The Dark Dancer is maybe the only goddess revered by the Drow that actually cares for her people, or at least cares in the same manner that the rest of the Seldarin care for the surface elves. She is a goddess of arts, of love, of beauty, and wishes to see the Drow finding their own way in the world.
Hmm. That's good.
It is good. It
It
I mean, I don't. Oh, sorry.
No, I was more trying to get Val to finish her thought.
it is. Oh, I'm sorry. I got a little distracted by something. What was I saying?
Oh fucking. You said. I don't know. You said it. And then you stopped.
Sorry, guys. That was a very badly timed distraction. Okay, let's say that she ends by saying that yes, the Dark Dancer is a benevolent goddess that really wants to help the drow, but she doesn't have that many followers. Thus, she is really trying her best here to make the drow see that they don't need to kill each other.
I mean, there is a temple in Fry Temple. If you can write those words down, maybe we could take them back once the trial is done. See if they understand what it is.
That seems like the best course of action, and I will follow that advice, Reggie.
Or you could totally ask someone with way more worldly knowledge than any of us right here. How money
Wow. You don't think I got
travels.
worldly knowledge, Regulus? Shit, man.
What's the capital of Anorith?
Ironhaven, duh. I went to college, Regulus.
How'd you pay for that? Sorry, that way. No. Regulus doesn't say that. That's too venomous.
I think you actually know how they paid for that. I think it was explained in a previous session.
Oh, probably.
But yeah, regardless.
No, Regulus is just like. I mean, when I talked to. She seemed like she knows quite a lot. Regulus, like, eyebrow raises at Vala before, like, backing up a hair.
Well,
2 hairs.
Where are you going?
You can try and ask Radiance.
so given the circumstances, I'm going to be as civil in this as I can. No.
Civil, no. I mean, it's not like. I mean, we a lot of us from around here come from places that are, I don't know, a little bit nicer than where it sounds like she originally came from.
All right. Give me one reason why a hell worshipper would ever want to, would ever know why a benevolent goddess's song was heard here.
I mean, when you want to fit in with a group of people, you kind of got to know the ways. And imagine she's pretty good at fitting in with people.
That's not good enough. That's not reason enough for me. Anyway, I'll see what I can do. But I'm not asking for her advice.
I mean, like, what advice could she really give you? Like, you know, what foot to start with in a dance? I mean, come on.
I don't know. Or her idea. Anyway, I'm not asking for her wisdom. Because I know
wouldn't.
she would take it to a direction that I do not want this to go. Anyway, whatever that song was, it can wait. Goel is right. His trials are the priority here.
Kaz,
Go ahead.
out of curiosity, I know I said something, but do those words at all ring any bells? Since I spent like, I don't know, quite a bit of downtime with a bunch of worshippers of the Dark Dancer.
And I assume that they do make quite the sense. If it is the case or not, that's a different thing. But you said a number of things in regards to the Dark Dancer, which makes sense for Regulus to have heard at the very least a few of their teachings, or more to understand more of them. He has spent time in Fright Emblem. I'm more than fine with that.
Okay. But yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully, this trial doesn't involve us going to war with a very large amount of drow.
It is absolutely going to take us to the war to fight with a large amount of drow.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was like baseline what we were gonna do here.
I mean, like,
I mean,
one.
these guys. Sorry. He like apologized to Hagu for raising his voice. And these guys here are probably gonna fight the dragon. We're gonna fight whatever the fuck this dragon is. Bet.
Why did you say that? I'm sure these guys could take a dragon.
Maybe that big guy that birthed Goel, but I don't know about these fellas.
Right.
No offense, Hagu.
He turns to look towards you. What did you say?
Is the food done yet?
Crispy. He turns and looks towards it. There'll be no ale today. There'll be no grog. There'll be nothing to lift the spirit. But the word of Grushnak alone. He looks at the food in front of him, and he will turn and look towards Grushnak and say, "It is ready." Grushnak turns back to look towards there. Well then, let's all celebrate. For tonight, we enjoy life. For tomorrow, many will be dead, bathed in blood, having crushed, killed, and torn apart so many drow, and as Grushnak says so, bows, axes, spears, javelins are raised up high. As out of the tent, not only Draga comes forth, but also another injured drow. A couple of them, at the very least, limping right behind. And you see as Draga moves up forward, Agat, another tracker as well, Hagu, and start splitting the food into rations in order to start celebrating. The two limping orcs in the back just rejoice and merle their fists up high, even though in excruciating pain. At the very least, you can clearly see that one of them, their skin has nearly melted from them.
Oof.
I'll put this one. In case that it matters.
Yeesh. What was that with those guys? Oof.
Half of their chest has melted by acid or fire or something in that regard. Well, you turn and look towards that, and it seems like one of the two orcs that came behind is dead. And before we enter the celebration, we will take a quick 10-minute break, and we'll be back for the rest. So take 10, everyone.
Okay.
This is not a request. This is a command.
I was trying to be gentle and kind, but it came out wrong. But yeah, take 10 and be right back for the rest. On a more upbeat note.
Time to write up a 25-word message, torment someone.
I'm back.
So am I.
I'm waiting for the rest of the group. Doo-doo-doo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here.
My favorite thing. Whenever you talk with your voice changer.
I am also here.
No worries, I had you, girl.
We are both here. Oh, man. Getting sloppy of late.
Don't worry about it. Waiting for Regulus, Jethris, and Elwin. Jethris is here. Regulus and Elwin.
I'm back.
Elwin.
Ouch.
What'd you do? Was that your ligament?
Someone slapped. Who's slapping?
It's Discord slapping from the distance. Me trying to snap Elwin. Who was using the soundboard earlier on to do the git sounds? No, he's done. From
That's
all sounds.
Thank God I muted this soundtrack, wherever.
Soundboard. Welcome back, Elwin.
Yep, I'm back.
Let's do a quick read check just to see if everyone is ready. Everyone should be, but regardless. Vala, ready to go?
Aye, aye.
Goel?
yes.
Jethris?
Here.
Elwin just returned. And last but not least, Regulus? Regulus.
I'm here.
Okay. Then, as quickly, let's see if I can find some appropriate. Because this is not just bards music playing in here. I guess nearly combat music sounds better for a celebration of those hunting orcs. But regardless, as you all stand towards there, Grushna yells out, "Let the feast begin!" And you see as Hagu, Dragon, Agat, and another one of the trackers start grab chunks of the meat and they pass it towards you, Jethros. Hagu turns and speaks. Grab one, push the other.
Yeah,
And
sure.
he gives you a handful of those chunks of burning, scorching meat. Your hands kind of just, you try to raise it a little bit further up and lift it like a hot potato, bouncing it between your hands as you try to give it around. For sure, though, Regulus won't have an issue putting his hand towards their resistant as he is to fire, trying to spread it around. From the other tent over to here, you will see as some of the orcs grab some cups with a strange and liquid stew as they start to pass them around in the same sort of manner. Grab one, pass the rest. Grab another, pass the rest. You are given both. But all of those orcs seem to grab those what seems slightly disgusting stew and this definitely overcooked lizard meat as they all start to pass around the orcs, all start to chant sugar da, sugar da, sugar da, sugar da, the name of their clan. As they continue to do so, even the shaman comes out at this very moment to grab one of those goods and start chanting as well. You can see the woman that earlier on Goel might have seen, the woman that were helping perform the task of giving birth to a child during labor, as the other woman is still back in the bed, you would assume, at the very least, have all come to celebrate, all of them just chanting the name of the tribe as Grusnak standing up and above. Yeah, he'll speak. This time, all orcish screams will echo those halls, but we have guests, friends, companions of my son. His tribe on the surface meets the tribe down here. For courtesy of them, for aiding to bring my son, my spawn, my blood in here. Today we shall speak in their tongue. And you can, the moment that he says so, they all kind of just grasp and make this awful, angered from it. Enough, Grusnak will say. You have heard these tales many times, but if we are slaying dragons today, tomorrow you will hear them again, and then this time in a language that you have not heard. The orcs start to grin and smile with enthusiasm newfound as they're about to hear a tale they've been told many times. Yet, as if it is the first time awaiting, each and every orc hangs from the lips of Grushna. Grab onto your bowls, your feed, and your food and your drink. Gathered around you, nut. Time I told you a tale worth remembering. Tale of cunning, of strength, of crumping a right proper legend. I am talking about a dragon hunt. The dragon hunt. A beast the size of a mountain. Scales glinting like burnished copper. And a maw full of teeth that could snap a boar in two. This wasn't a scrawny whelp, mind you. This was an old one. One that'd be plaguing her homeland for longer than any orc can remember. Grozak slams his hand onto the wooden logs around him. A powerful fist, sending the mug that's next to him clattering, and the one of Guella, they gotta just shake a bit. See, this dragon, it weren't just some damn brute. It was crafty, weaving its magic like spider's web. grinning faces carved into rocks, miles around its lair, mocking us with every minute. Hunters walking near, suddenly they would snicker like loons, even at the sight of their dead kin. And that blasted music, always on the wind, like some twisted lullaby. Made your skin crawl, it did. Grushnak leans closer, voice dropping to a conspirational whisper. But not Grushnak. I ain't one to be spooked by fancy tricks. I saw through it all, so the fear it bred, the weakness, and I knew deep in me bones the dragon had to die. So I gathered the fastest, the cunningest, the most grumpy-happy orcs in the tribe. We trained, we planned, and then when the moon was right, we marched on its lair. Grushak throws back his head and laughs, a sound like thunder echoing around the camp. Ha! The fight! Let me tell ya, it was something to behold. Breath of acid, the one that scorns your bones, claws like scimitars, ground shaking with every beat of its wings. But we orcs, Shagata! Yes, you can hear everyone echo from below. We're no strangers to violence. We fought with the fury of 100 storms, using everything we had. Axes, spears, even a net woven from the hides of 10 direwolves. And slowly, bit by bit, we chipped away at the beast. Once again, he slams his hand onto the wooden boards. This time the mugs fall over. One of our boys, Gasrel, he took a wing to the chest, died right there before me. But his sacrifice, it fueled our rage. I remember seeing red, dancing around the dragon legs, smashing at its knees with my trusty mace, raises the mace up high. And then the moment arrived. With a roar that shook the very heavens, I plunged my claws deep in its chest, into its black heart. The dragon screeched, a sound that would turn your blood to ice, but it crumbled, lifeless, at my feet, as I bathed from its blood. Grushak raises his foot into his bare arm, for as in a toast. Aye, that's how it went down. Dragon slain! Tribe, now we are safe. The land felt different after that. The carvings turned to dust. The giggles stopped. The wind carried only the whisper of respect in the tale of valor. And the starlit stones? They still glow, but now they shine with the memory of our victory. So there you have it, Rons, and tale worthy of telling around the fire for generations to come. The tale of Grushnak, Dragon Slayer, the Shagatar, the tale of our tribes. Now drink up and be ready for the next tale of glory. And all of the orcs rejoice as they yell out again and again the name of the tribe. Shaga ta, shaga ta, shaga ta, shaga ta.
Gorilla joins in the chant.
Shaga ta.
Shega tar. Jathers looks a bit shaken.
The orcs eat consume whatever is given on them as they all just yell out. They slam their chest, roaring in there. Surely, everything in the vicinity can hear it. Dragon speaks. Let the drow hear our screams of victory. For tomorrow they will hear our war cries, and all of them, like wolves, start to howl. Ow! You can hear all of those orcs howling in the caverns. For those that are around, Vala, Jethros, not Jethros, sorry, Elwin, you are insightful and you can clearly see that Jethros is somewhat unwell.
Okay.
Jethris is somewhat unwell.
Yes. Greg, you might spot it because you're up on elevation as well. I leave it entirely up to you. But the orcs continue to howl and roar and drink and eat.
Alright, Vala will approach Jethros, trying to pantomime to him because there's obviously lots of, shouting around, to ask him what's wrong. She even mouths it.
Have you tries to like kind of like at a party sort of like talk over like everyone? Have you heard that story before?
Just to keep an eye, the question is to the group, not to the orcs, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
I am not well versed in any sort of orcish history, so I can't say I have.
Where we are is like nowhere close to Lasmere, right?
Not by a long shot.
It's so fucking weird. Yeah, it's nothing.
Are you sure?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I've heard that before, or something like it. Back home, there was like a like songs about the morning peaks, but like or not the morning, but hey, it sounds so, and the rocks. I mean, I don't know. I think I'm going crazy.
I don't know where you may have heard that before, but we could go back to one of the libraries you visited. Perhaps there's something there? Or the college you studied?
I just think it's weird that I'm hearing it from him because we're like nowhere near home. We're in a different mountain range. Again, it's probably nothing. It sounds stupid familiar to me. Jethros would just look a little uneasy, but would continue eating. I mean, unless anyone continues.
Vala would let it for now. We'll be keeping that in mind.
Krustak turns to Goel into the distance as all of those orcs are in a frenzy. I remember I was even younger than you are right now when I slain that dragon. I heard from Nagat that you've participated in a dragon hunt as well. Like father, like son. Same blood fuels us.
Indeed.
What was that like? Mine, as I shared, was a trickster. Those copper scales. Tungered, fueled. What color was the scales of your dragon?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Now we can.
Sorry, Discord. The Discord is acting weird because of the activity. Like it started playing ads, and now I can't hear from all the noises from Discord.
Yeah. I remember
Anyways, Goel is gonna respond with the color of the dragon. I forgot. It was blue, I think. Was it?
Green. A green dragon,
Green.
you thought.
That's right. It's acid.
Poison, but still. As hearing that, Gruzak will tell, that is another one of the tricksy ones. Ones that like to plot schemes, make voices.
Yes.
They say those are deceitful. This one of us just relished like a true sadist in watching us and laugh when we would fail to reach its lair, to track it down and fall prey to its ambushes, as if it was mocking us the whole time. But I got the last laugh.
Have you ever felt the sense of them being around, of their approach?
I can always tell a dragon when I'm near it. After I was bathed in the blood of that dragon, I was able to tell. Like an instinct. Wasn't trained.
Same with me, but I have not encountered a dragon like that before. We were helping that one's family.
Points at
Sure? He
Yes.
turns and looks towards you, and Krusa continues. The mace, the elf behind, looks an awful lot like it came from one. My memory is making stories of its own. You told me that this elf hasn't accompanied you for long.
I said to point at Jethros, not.
No, but Grushak pointed at Elwin's mace, said that it is made from a copper dragon.
Oh, yeah.
But he then said, oh, apologies, my bad, because Elwin wasn't with you at that time.
No, that mace was gifted to me after the defeat of that dragon. But I found no use for it, and it was carrying
Oh,
weight.
you fought a copper dragon. It would be like watching me back in the day. I loathe for the time to have seen that. How much I missed from your life.
Sorry, it was a copper dragon? I thought I had a
The green
A
dragon
hammer.
we fought like way before last mirror. Lasmere was
Yeah,
like a
but we-
draconic cult thing.
Didn't we get the hammer from the
My dad
Hermit
gave
Dragon?
it to you. Like
Oh,
after
that's
that
right.
fight.
He gave it to me
With
after
the
fight.
dragon
That's right.
sorcerer guy.
Yes. Now I remember. Come on, you can't blame me. It's been years. Literally, it's been like a year and a half or 2 years, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Correct.
sorry about that.
No worries, no worries.
Yeah. Much treasure was gained from fighting dragons and their allies. But do not fight them for the treasures or the glory. I fight them because they are evil.
There is not a single dragon that is not what you described. We didn't fight for the hunt. We relished the hunt, savored it. Dragon was a scourge to our tribe. And those were our hunting grounds. And it tried to nest in there, and it paid the price of blood for it.
Well, there are
There's
many
like
stories.
Go ahead,
There
go
are
ahead.
many other stories that I would love to tell you. I think it would take me the whole night to do so. Let me tell you about the time
And then just insert whatever, all the stuff that we did.
Aha! That was a mighty story, my son. He turns and looks a little bit down towards the group. See, Wick, I am surprised though. I heard lizard folk eat and consume raw flesh. This one seems as if their stomach was stirred up. Your mother approaches towards there as Grusha turns and looks towards her. Draga, this night is a celebration. Let's go share ourselves one more time. She grabs and plunges her claws nearly onto Grushnak's back as they furiously start to make out with one another. In a scene that looks less sensual and more like a fight of sorts.
Goel's gonna use his hand as a barrier so he doesn't see accidentally.
This is exactly why I don't go to Madrid.
Blindfolds. Earmuffs.
So, what are you guys doing here?
That
Just eating.
Goel, the raging orc, bashful.
Ah, yes, the cubs of whatever animal this is. Ah, give me more grog. Be useful.
Just trying to change the subject
Go
by
out.
barking order.
Well, did your family move from over from Lasmere?
Last,
My
I do
hometown.
not know if this. Oh. Apologies. I don't know. believe so. Otherwise, people would know.
Oh,
You
okay.
could ask the older ones.
Sure.
My knowledge of our tribe is old, and I was quite young and not taught our ways as
Right. You know. Hey, Hagu. Hagu.
Hagu turns and looks back towards you as he and Agat are setting one another hands into the shoulder and they just smack their heads against one another. Hagu turns and
okay.
looks towards you, bleeding from right above the eye. Yes,
You got a little something right there. Did you like?
I am bleeding, Hagu will say.
I can see that. Have you guys always like lived here, like after like getting out of like the bondage of the elves? Have you always lived here, or did you move from another mountain range?
He turns and looks towards you. Well, many of those ones in here have never seen the original hunting ground. He turns and looks up from where the stew was prepared towards there. Those younglings don't appreciate always a walk. Some of them don't. He turns towards you, but I was there when Grushnak made history.
Yeah, where was that?
My limb, my feet were charred by the acid. I witnessed that. Our hunting ground of Shagatar lie into the morning peaks, but way far from where you speak. I've never heard that town. Perhaps it is near. I remember others. I remember mountains. I remember the forest of thorns nearby as we gaze down below. You can clearly tell that it is, because you've been to the forest of the thorns, it's way past Lastman, way further away.
All right. Well, you go on. You keep concussing yourself. Sorry for interrupting.
That is not why we're doing this. Here, let me show you why.
Okay.
He puts his claw onto your chest and scratches you in there, slashes you and cuts, so you will bleed. Don't let that heal. We take from the drow even the first blood that they'll shed. It belongs to us. Nothing for them.
Okay. Thank you, Agu. I wait until he turns around again.
Hagu will turn around.
I look to Vala. Is this gonna get infected?
She's going to give him somewhat a look of pity, a look that conveys the message. I'm really sorry for what's about to happen to you, and I don't know if I should interfere right now.
Well, it turns out I was worrying about nothing, guys, so it's cool. Your dad really has traveled, Goel.
Indeed.
Cool.
Much like your father.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
It does seem strange, though.
Your home seems at least a little bit more passionate than mine, so I mean, that's good.
They sure
He says,
have a lot
teasing
of
Goel.
energy.
I mean, go. I mean, what are you doing just standing there? You gotta celebrate, man.
Celebrate.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. Your dad said we're celebrating. I assume we're celebrating that y'all are going to war.
It is. Yeah. Celebrations like this seem a bit. I don't know what the word in common.
Fun. Exciting.
Most of the ones here celebrate because it is the last time they will celebrate. It is very likely that a lot of our tribe will die tomorrow. And it is difficult for me to celebrate and look at all these faces that look very similar to mine and are of my kin. And to know that most of them will die tomorrow. Especially my parents. The years of separation.
I don't think that'll happen, Goel. Come on. Come on, man. Well, I mean, if you're worried, why don't you give a couple of them a good talk? You know, talk. You've been like hanging around us and your parents the whole time. Maybe there's a lucky lady or a guy, I don't know, around here. You could chat up.
Maybe. I think my parents are preoccupied right now.
Yeah, so talk to some of the other folk, Jethris looks around. Like that guy, he looks friendly. Why don't you do a headbutt game with him?
Guess that guy looks at us like with his drink and then looks back like, oh.
First, that guy's a woman as you turn towards them, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. They still carry the
It's
figure around. No. I looked for images for quite a while until I settled up on how to portray certain orcs around. But regardless, as you turn towards their goal, you will notice something. Your high passive perception pierces right back from behind them. And you can see that there are some orcs around that aren't celebrating as well. They just seem a little bit out of it to an extent.
Kaz,
Go ahead.
I had a question in regards to, I know these guys follow this sort of take no prisoners mindset. They don't have a jail or somewhere where they keep prisoners, right?
I do not think that you have seen through either of the big tents, but in the smaller ones that they're constantly open, no. You haven't seen anything as such.
Yeah. I mean, I don't pretend to know the intricacies of Orcish celebration, but from what I can tell, having something to fight for makes you fight harder. And they're probably going to try and fight for this. The same with us, I guess. I mean, we don't really party that often because it's kind of a lot of going into near-death experiences every day. But, I mean, from what I can tell, it looks like fighting is what most orcs live for.
That is very narrow thinking.
Well,
It is much deeper than that. Glory in battle is not trivial. To have a meaningful life, die a glorious death, and die for something that is bigger than you.
Right.
It is not something small.
you see, but you're saying that, and you're also expressing not exactly the highest opinion of what we're going to do tomorrow. I mean, everyone else is kind of, upbeat and, ready to go into the night and go to war.
Well,
Yet you speak of it, but you kind of speak of the opposite. I hate that you put those icons on there, Kaz. I saw that.
It has to be clear to the audience that this is on display.
It's clear.
No, it's off screen. Don't worry.
It looks already on screen. I
I was
mean,
gonna reply to you.
I understand what you are saying, but I believe you misunderstand me. Do not disagree with the celebrations. I just think me and my unique situation, it is difficult for me to, celebrate. Well, it is first time in a very long time that I see most of these faces. All of these faces. And it might be the last time. But I guess I should just walk around, talk to everyone, get everyone's
Yeah.
I mean, this would be a way to honor them, celebrate them.
Goyle's gonna
Yep.
start walking off.
Regulus would kind of say, like, as he's walking away, like towards his back, I think you'd probably get along pretty well with my dad.
Goyle's
Weirdly.
gonna look back, does an awkward smile, nod, and then keeps walking. As in, I don't know how to respond to that. And I'll go to, like the first. I guess these orcs in this.
Indeed, as you move towards there, you recall and remember one of the women that were inside during the labor just to make sure that they will keep the woman down if needed be. And there's also a man that looks very much like a salmon. Both of them are quite young for an orc. Very younger than you for sure. And they seem to be bickering amongst themselves, well perceptive as you are, and as you approach towards there, you hear as the woman speaks, tomorrow, who knows how many of us will die and never get to gaze the burning, scorching dot. The man that speaks, there is little reason to speak about this. What's done, it's done. There is no arguing with the elders. We need to heed our call. As you start approaching towards there, both of them, the woman turns and looks towards you. Hush! She will speak to the other one and then turn your attention towards there.
There's no need to hide what you're saying.
The Shan of Groshnak. She speaks and moves a little bit further behind. The man then turns and speaks. Do you need more of the stew?
No.
He looks confused then, as he looks at you.
My name is Goel. And living in the wilds by myself, only to be accompanied by the spirits of the hunt. wolf pack has helped me develop a very high sense of perceptiveness. And that I am able to, goddamn,
Okay.
What's wrong?
and that I am
We should go.
able to perceive.
No, he put them in the pool. They're doing it in the pool now. So
They dropped
help
them
everyone.
into water.
Okay.
They are not the only ones in the camp that are behaving as such, but obviously it is quite clear
Yeah.
for them. Yeah, no worries, always. Go ahead.
So I was able to perceive that you are not celebrating with everyone else. Is everything okay? Do you not agree with these celebrations?
The woman will speak. What is there to celebrate? Most of us will be dead by tomorrow. The man will answer. There is. Not everyone seems to agree with the decision, but we will heed so regardless. And he will turn towards her and she will reply, Of course we will. The Shagatar. We hunters. We stick with the tribe, no matter what. The man repeats towards you, well, no matter what. You must forgive our weakness. We haven't been as fortunate as you or Krishna, my father or her father, to gaze the world above. We only lived in it through the stories of our elders. And it sounds dreaming. Much better than this hellhole the woman speaks.
If you call being separated from your family most of your life a blessing,
The woman quickly understands what he has said, and the man will speak. I assure you, she did not mean it as such. And he turns and gives her a stern look. There is adrenaline, fire in our veins. We have loathed to explore the world above. Chance that you were given. This is the only part she loathes of you. The woman will speak right up ahead. I've heard the tales from my father, Hagu. Please, do not take this as an offer. I did not mean it as such. I know well enough that our elders, our ancestors have paid a heavy price to bring us out of captivity. And they are dear in our hearts. Fire in our veins is because of them. Without them, it would not lie.
extreme measures have been taken to free you. We have to pay for the consequences of freedom. That is a privilege. We should be thankful.
And he's gonna try and go over to the stew or whatever this is.
Mm-hmm.
Dip a finger in it. Take a sniff. Try and perceive what's in it. Like, what type of stew is it?
I guess I don't think you have cook's utensils, that is, so I guess make me a wisdom check. Or survival. I guess survival can work as well in this regard.
Okay, survival is wisdom. Ooh.
You can tell mainly consisting of certain mushrooms and oil from certain creatures, such as lizards. As there isn't something poisonous, there is something unedible, there isn't something that could make you wrong. There's also rothy milk in there.
Tastes pretty good, right?
It tastes very unique, one would say. It doesn't have the depends entirely depends on what's perception of sweet or nice is for Goel. In comparison to any drink that you've had up above, it is definitely not on par, but it has a unique taste to that. That I would definitely give it for it. It's not the best cooking that one would experience. It's strange, ethnic, one would call it.
Goel's taste palettes have definitely changed, and his preference changed with the world outside. So this is not the best tasting, let's say. So he's gonna make this doesn't taste good face. Look at them, nod, and then walk away. Not out of disrespect, but he's fucking clueless. So.
Both of them gotta return to what they were doing, and they gotta just shut the drape behind them.
Before Goel returned, I did want to tease Regulus.
What?
When Goel leaves, Jethris is gonna try and tease you. You know, Reg, everyone can celebrate here, not just the orcs. You know, maybe
You see
there's...
like his head. You see like his head tilt, and you see like the question marks appear above him.
You know, maybe there's a big, strong orc lady here that could sweep you off your feet. You never know. You could chat around.
Regulus looks around at like all of the various orcs around, and then looks back to Jethris. No, I don't think I can't.
What? Come on. What's wrong? Here,
Well, first of all,
I can get one over here for you.
No. I'm definitely okay. I've got someone else that I'm.
You do.
Regulus is like, he's blue, and now he's kind of like starting to turn lavender, sorta.
Jethris is gonna rub his chin a little bit and lean a bit closer. Well, dish the dish, bish. Go on, what you got?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. No. That's fine. It's fine.
Oh, come on, Reg. We might die tomorrow. Go on, man. Let your heart out there.
He's like, his like brain is misfiring. You remember the Genasi from the island where we kind of caused a big problem?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, that's far away, man.
And
Sorry, that was insensitive.
you kind of forget. I could quite literally just take an 8-hour rest and I'd be there.
But don't you feel like a little bit homesick?
Oh, homesick to what?
Never mind.
What about you, Jethris? Why don't you go find orc.
Well, well, maybe I will.
Will you?
Maybe. I could, if I wanted to.
I'm sure they probably know where all the shiny rocks are in this underground cave. Probably could find some good information.
Oh, that's gonna be how it is, huh? You know, there's more to life than shiny rocks and giant runes, okay?
Regulus will think for a moment and will take out from his bag a quartz and will like begin to like erode it with like a firebolt, like a firebolt cantrip in his hand.
Jethros looks at it. All right.
See, you're immune to that.
I'm the one that gets the shiny rocks. I don't actually get to keep them. Either what?
So that's how that works.
I mean, yeah, that's what I've said from the start. I think, right? Looks to Val.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening to what you two were chatting about.
Oh.
Okay, Vala, why don't you go find an orc?
Oh, don't do that, right? She wasn't even a part of this.
Reggie, this is the second ridiculous thing you say to me within the last hour. You're on thin ice, young man.
I'm very tired.
You want me to make you a bed?
No.
Maybe a little nightcap?
Wait, what?
Nightcap? Oh, it's a
I think you
little
said
hat that goes
nightcat.
in your head.
No. I don't think so.
There you go, El.
Seems I am not the only one who does not enjoy the impending doom. Celebrate.
So you talked to some people that felt the same?
Yes, but let us forget all of that and celebrate. Seems we have a lot of things that we have to do soon.
Okay.
Just gonna enjoy it or join in with the celebration with the other orcs and trying to forget after having that conversation with these two.
Fortnite dancing.
Grishna will gotta just move from behind, grab Goel from one side, and Regulus and gotta just nearly crush him to the side, just slam him. I see that you are enjoying. Are you partaking in the celebrations? Though I do not see a smile on your face. What's the matter? He does and looks towards Jethros, Vala, Regulus. Your belly, your stomach cannot take our stew? Or is it the story too bloodthirsty for you to hear?
Oh, is he talking to me?
To the three of you, pretty much. Seeing that neither of you have been particularly celebrating, in a sense.
Oof, I don't know. I mean, God, it just seems like he's sort of under the weather, if you know what I'm getting at. Maybe it's just like, you know, a lot of stress with that. He did finally get to meet both of his parents again. It's a lot.
Here's the words and... Go ahead, Jethro, sorry.
Yeah, I was just gonna see if anyone else is gonna talk, but I'll start. Yo, Man, did you... Okay. When did you go to the Morning Peaks?
That was before I gave even birth to Goel.
Wow.
It was our prime ground. Many years, many moons ago. I have lost track of them.
It had to be a lot, because Goel's old.
I was even younger than him.
Wow.
Maybe about the same age as he was. Me, Hagu, Gashnak, Ajuk. Relics of that time and year. Traga, too. She wasn't but a kid back then.
Sorry, what?
Goel's mother, Traga. But she wasn't but a kid back then. That is what he said.
I think it was more in character than anything. Okay. Cool. I mean, yeah, sure. I guess people grow up. Yeah, there's a Volok up there, you know, on the way there.
Sorry, Jess, can you repeat the question? I wasn't able to get that clear.
I was asking if you met any lizard folk on the way to slay a dragon.
I've heard of their kin. Never met one. Not a tribalist. I've seen a handful into the woods once. But, not really much of them. He turns and looks towards you. They did not look anything like you. They were warriors. Brutes as well. They look a little mindless. Could easily dispose them if we wanted.
I could be a warrior if I wanted to. Maybe not if like completely, but I'm more of a domesticated type.
You are making me laugh more than the presence of that dragon did back then.
Well, cool. I think I like to think I'm a funny guy.
Strange creatures, those dragons. They think. All they think is how to have fun. How to laugh.
Yeah, what a bunch of weirdos. Who would think about that? Looks around to the rest of the group.
Girls just vibing to the music, I guess.
He's flossing.
So I don't think there's an actual music in here. Not many bards around there.
So I mean, you don't like laughter. You don't like, enjoy. Do you like music?
Says, are you trying to list everything that indicates the presence of that dragon? To many, it would bring nightmares, not to me. Those are all the telltale signs of one. Music in my ears are the cries of those slumped under my hammer. The sound of drow beast from a bolt, an arrow, or a javelin.
Right.
At this point, I'm pretty sure Regulus is kind of like reaching the point of like not being able to take the shoulder crushing much anymore, and he kind of just like is like, okay, if I tell you a story of bloodshed, will you let go?
He turns and looks towards you. Yes, please. Though Goel has already spoiled me a few.
Don't worry, it's not one they know either.
Oh.
He lets Regulus go from his crossing grip.
Thank you. Oh, you have a really strong grip. Okay. It's not mine, but it's one I know from my father, which is, I guess, similar situation. First, do you know what a Sahagin is?
Made up word to confuse people, perhaps.
Okay. They're a similar tribal species of very terrible creature in the oceans. They are a natural enemy, like the elves, to you, of the Triton. Similarly underwater species. When my father was very young, his entire clan, was eradicated, nearly. There were only 2 survivors. His father fought to the last moment to get him out. After all that time, through years of adventuring, my father still bared the hatred towards those creatures. And one day, I believe I was only a child when this was happening. He went into the ocean after hearing that a tribe had once again tried to attack a Triton station. And I don't know if he was exaggerating, but I don't think he exaggerates about that. I think that he killed into the hundreds and maybe thousands of Sahagin.
Wow.
I'm sorry for interrupting. And not really, Kaizen.
I never noticed that.
Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Continue on. I apologize.
Don't worry, don't worry. Just send him what you send me. Don't worry. Feel free to do so. I never noticed that regardless. Grusnak hears those words. Similar tale. Different one. For all tribes in the Drow tribes. The Drow clan house, that is. 2 enemies. One subdues or exterminates the other. Though the last remaining ones of the defeated ones will rise once anew in a hunt for vengeance, in a hunt for blood. I like this story. Forged your father into the fighter he would become.
Right.
Regulus has also killed lots of people.
I don't think I hold a candle to father has done. And it's not really something I hold in high regard. If they're evil and they are a bane to everyone, then I would agree. Sometimes you can't just coexist with something.
Yo, Grushnak, you know what a Baylor is?
Let me tell you the story about how I casted Shadow.
Demons. Those are powerful
Yeah.
ones.
So there was this cool time, right, where I was trying to like save a bunch of goblins, but ended up shattering a hole through into the hells and summoned one. And guess what? It started killing everybody.
He turns and looks around. Can I suggest, Goel, that this was the story that you told him earlier on? If you want. If not, I can have Jeffers narrate it. I'm okay with either.
Do you want to narrate it?
The question is Jeffers, I
Sure,
guess.
why not?
Okay. So he
I
has
guess
not
I
heard
left
of that
that
story.
Yeah, I left
No
that.
worries. It's okay. As Grushak says, what did you do? Who was that priest you're serving?
I ain't got no clue. He was. I thought he was serving himself because, like, he sort of seemed really full of himself. He had this fucking huge ass sword. It was like 10 goels stacked on top of each other, and like a big old fiery whip that he was swinging around at us. But like, we were like hightailing it the fuck out of there.
As you say, so he turns, grabs his warhammer and spins it around. You see static electricity bursting from it, striking,
Holy
lightning
shit.
such powerful, huh?
That's cute.
That's pretty fucking cool. But his was a giant sword, and like we like ducked the fuck out of there because we were gonna killed. Judas over there points at the bloodied Judas. Well, he doesn't seem hurt right now, but he's usually pretty bloody. That guy, he was like fending the fucker off while we were like retreating or whatever. Dude ends up like one-on-one in the fucking thing while we're screaming at him, "Come on, Judas, come on, we gotta go!" We're up in like a staircase with like a symbol that's gonna ward it off or whatever. And like Judas is just sitting there like, go, he's not gonna pass, whatever. But I stood ground and I teleported the fuck in there. I pushed him away so he couldn't hit Judas. I summoned a dust storm to cloud his vision so that we could get out of there. He raised his sword to smite me, but I'm a slippery bitch. We got the fuck out of there easy.
Great strategy. A hunter knows when to retreat. Sad you were never able to kill it, after all.
Oh, well, did we kill Regulus or did we put him in the portal?
What?
You put an end to it.
I'm pretty sure we murdered it bad.
Only
Oh, I did, yeah.
Yeah,
turns and looks.
you're the one who did. He
towards-
like shot him like with a big laser beam.
He turns and looks to the very lot of you. All by yourselves. You were able to defeat Balor.
Yeah, basically.
I'd like to make an insight check with that.
Should I do performance or deception?
Either works for me.
I don't think it
I
matters.
mean, it
actually.
wasn't just a Baylor.
Yeah, we
Yes.
fucking mopped the floor with that shit, Ed.
And the rest. He turns and looks towards Regulus.
Huh? What?
You said it was not only a Balor.
Oh, it was a bunch of other demons as well.
And you slay them all by yourselves. I must say, that is impressive. No help of outsiders, no hunting party of your own, not a tribe. Just the mere selves. The tribe of the dragon hero sounds powerful.
Yeah, we've been known to knock a couple heads in our time. Goel, I think, actually got a cool hammer from that. Ain't that right, Goel?
Pulls up the warhammer.
Hmm.
It looks like, and then he puts it like on the fire, and then it catches the fire. And acts like a, you know.
He looks at the warhammer of Goel. He extends the other warhammer, the one carved with all of those, adorned with all of those strange regalia that there is, with those small skulls, birds and other animals of prey around that crackles with this lightning. As he turns and looks towards Goel and says, in comparison, you can see that the warhammer of Grusnak is obviously but slightly bigger, but it is quite obvious, as Grusnak will say. A dear friend of mine told me that size does not matter. And he patched onto Goel's shoulder. It's the strength of the wielder that does. The strength of what's inside you.
Yours as well. To be able to do it all on your own. It's remarkable.
Alone? I was alone for some time, yes, but I always found companions, even in the strangest places. This friend of mine that I speak towers all of you combined. Maybe soon you will meet them.
That'd be mighty neat. They're like still around, right? That isn't like a, oh, when you're dead you'll meet them because they're dead as well. Like they're still here.
No, they're still around.
Okay.
Their companion protects our holy ground and points towards the spotted lion in the distance.
It's a cute cat.
He looks towards Goel. If you complete your trial, you will meet them. When you complete your trial, he corrects himself. Grusnak then turns his attention towards the drakes in here. All of them flock over him.
They
Throws a little bit of food in there as he turns towards them, giving you a moment of peace as well.
Well, that's awesome. You're gonna meet a giant, Goel.
Is it the same giant that we found the corrupted temple of the Myconids?
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, you talking about a giant and like, you know, everyone was talking about like a friend of the tribe or whatever. That was a giant, so I think it's the same thing. We could like, you know, ask and check.
I don't believe we need to ask. It is obvious.
I mean, I thought so too, but then you asked me.
It was... Yeah. It was not a question that required answer. Do not know what the word for that is.
Oh, a rhetorical question. I get you.
Well, what I know of giant is that they are very powerful.
They're also really
They can
big.
bestow. Yes, they are giants, and they can bestow gifts that will maybe aid us in our endeavors. Or what Judas was saying the other day, of how the gifts that were given to us could have a negative aspect. Do not know.
Sorry, I got sidetracked. There is a bike here. Is that a bike?
I think it's 2 barrels.
Yeah, no, that is a bicycle, not a bike.
No, those are 2 barrels that are broken, but oh my god, one scene, it cannot be unseen
Barrel?
now.
Oh my
Barrel?
god.
There's also there's also a giant face sitting outside, standing, staring at the.
There
Okay,
is
so
nothing else out.
where did you get this map?
Don't care about it. Don't worry about it.
That door is locked. We can never leave.
Okay, now you will not see it. There is no face out there.
There is no war on Bossing Say.
Goel will try and get Krishnak's attention.
Krishna
see-
turns towards you.
Can you speak to me more of the trial? Do I need to prepare anything?
No,
What do I?
it is trial, a rite of passage, where the hunted becomes hunter. You will need nothing with you. You will be rested properly after good hunt. That is tomorrow. On the spoils of victory, and as you dance around the fire, you will be given a brew, one that will knock you out. Dead in the cold, nearly, but still alive. The clan takes you, puts you into the trial ground with nothing but a bare sheet of cloth. It is from there where you need to fight and also find ways to survive. A hunter that doesn't know when to retreat, where to and how to scavenge is useless. A brute that only attacks will surely find death. But if one is smart, cunning, they'll be able to use the area around them, scavenge what they can find, and defeat whatever task is put before them. It shows one's ability to scavenge, to survive, and to kill. For a skilled hunter knows all of the three. When you are being hunted and when you are out for the hunt yourself. Give me just a quick second. Continue.
So there is. It seems that preparations for this
A
trial
second,
has
I
been.
cannot hear you for some strange reason.
Can it?
Can
Okay,
anyone
I
else
can hear
hear
you
me?
now. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Seems it is a trial that I've been preparing for all my life. And I am ready.
The hunter chooses their companions, but they have to face the same fate. If one hunting party reaches the end and manages to succeed in all of this, they will be given the chance to speak with my friend and be initiated into our tribe, into the Shagatar. From then, he puts his hand onto your shoulder, you'll be able to control your rage, your anger, the fire in your veins, and so much more.
How many companions can I choose?
I've seen hunting parties of 3 succeed. And I have also seen groups of 10 end up blood, ground.
Who else is gonna look at Jethris and Vala?
Hi.
Would you be interested in joining me?
I ain't got nothing else to do. I mean, sure.
We came with you this far, Goel. We're not the type of people who are going to turn tail now.
I think. It is my trial. But you will get to meet this giant yourself. Maybe you can ask them about your past. Or your peoples.
Directing that at Vala.
You know, maybe. I see wisdom in this.
Let us continue our celebrations. Tomorrow should be a very eventful day.
Yeah, all right. Don't need to tell me twice. Jethers puts on some LED sunglasses and starts bopping.
It's gonna join the shamanistic party around the fire. The dance around the bonfire.
Again and again, you can hear all of those orcs roaring, crying for blood, marking themselves. Draga paints each and every one onto their forehead. She and the other orcish woman can just start to do so as the shaman has prepared a war paint for this job. As you move around Goel, you're given the same mark onto your forehead. That is. As they continue to do so amongst each and every orc, instilling the might of the hunt. The orcs continue to dance around the fire, or more so move and jump around, not really dance by any upper dweller standards, but clearly there is movement involved, which is heavily athletic, even massive big strides and jumps around as they yell out into the night. Surely, this is a strange strategy for even if the drow are further up away, they will be hearing them. And the orcs seem to be fine and content with that, as they seem more happy with that outcome. The drow will steer on the fear as they hear those walks.
Jethris is tenderly touching the slash mark across his chest. Ow. Ow. God, that's tender. Ugh.
During the night as is, if you want to be doing anything else, now is the time for it, else the orcs will soon be collapsing one after the other for rest. But if you want to do something else prior to going for a long rest, I'll just ask each and every one of you, give them an opportunity if they will to do something. Alwyn, is there something that you'd like to be doing prior to all this, or more so just standing into keeping your distance from the orcs?
Yeah, that is like, keeping his distance, sitting in a corner, awkwardly confused, not know what to do. But yeah, that's what he's doing at the moment.
Moshe just putting his blade against the spikes of his Morningstar, just sharpening each and every weapon. Vala, is there anything else that you'd like to do before the long rest?
Well, Vala will make sure that she eats well, and she would not actively avoid the orcs, but she would stay close to the group, not wanting to, to get too far from them.
More than fine. Jethris, what about you?
Sure. Is the chant like... How's the chant going? Is it like disorganized sort of deal? Or are they like cheering and stuff? What's happening?
Probably by now they just succumbed only to howls and roars and war cries. So nothing organized or anything aside.
Alright, I'd like to try and start, stomping my foot on the ground and make a rhythm to try and start a new chant up.
You can see as you start to with your feet into the ground, at first it doesn't catch on, but then Haguk hears it, who is right up next. He chuckles, and it's a rhythmic tapping for sure. He gets even subconsciously entertained by that and seems to mimic the rhythm, and like wild starts spreading. Haguk, Ga, Traga, Gashta, Azure. The multiple orc that have no name on the tokens. All of them start to kind of just mimic that, and soon enough, all that everyone hears from around the area is just
and then Jethris is gonna start singing, the march was loud, the ranks were filled, the darkness did so shroud, the blades did clank, and so heart sank beneath the gloomy cloud. But through war chant and strong stance planned, our foes were truly cowed. We're heading off to war. Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. It continues going through that. As blows flew through Drows and you, our spirits were so raised. Bodies felt the sickly smell as the battle raged. We fought this fight with orcish might until no more were caged, and we're heading off to war. Let me just
heading off to war. To war! You can hear all the orcs saying. If there's more, please go for more.
Yeah, he's gonna keep going. He's gonna go. At last, the battle ended. They had never stood a chance. Orc and drow alike were strewn in deathly dance. We took back our family, and with them we enscanced, and we're wrapping up the war. And then, as everyone continues singing the what is it, refrain or whatever, Jethris is going to gesture to Hagu to continue it.
The chorus. Continue. Sure.
Just glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. And we're heading off to war.
To war! The orcs all chant together. Hag grabs you by the shoulder, sings these words with you as all of these orcs in a very uncustomary way. Instead of speaking in their orcish tongue, now celebrate in common as they hear Jethris recite those words. Make me a performance check, Jethris.
Okay.
Now it's a
I'll use my inspiration.
Go.
16.
Is it possible for Vala to have blessed him with some divine guidance? You know, because we want to make sure the orcs are rallied and they're not, they don't start throwing bones at him or something.
I will assume that as Jethris is calling out all of those words, he's singing towards them, chanting more or less singing. Vala stands a little bit to the distance and rhythmically kind of just moving and waving her hand. She even subconsciously just offers her guidance, trying to see where Jethris will go with it. So go for it. Roll me d4, Jethris. Add that as well.
18.
Way better than prior, that is, as indeed you can clearly see that all of the orcs are enthralled. They hear the songs, they celebrate, they speak with you, chant with you. They, you can see Nagat over towards there as you complete these words, and he just turns and gives you the straightest note you've ever seen, to just sharp head decline down onto his chin as they seem enthusiastic. They stop and seize, clawing and bleeding one another, and instead focus more onto chanting, trembling around the land. You can hear some of the orcs around. That stomping bloods will soon come forth. They'll end up in stone or worse. They speak and chant, and even to the distance you can see subconsciously those deep wrathy of the orc can just stop their feet around.
Goel, getting inspiration from the many times Jethris sang, will also as well sing something. If, is gonna allow it, I guess.
Go off. He's just passing it around for whoever wants to sing.
In the depths of the earth where shadows reign, orcs rise up with fury. No fear, no pain. Their drums beat loud, their banners high. With fire in their blood, they will defeat the drow. Marching to war against the drow's might, with axes and swords, we'll fight the endless night. For honor and glory, we raise the battle cry. Shattered Shanata, stand as one beneath the darkened sky.
Woo!
That's it.
The orcs follow the chant of Goel, raising their hands high up in the air. The moment that Goel completes his chant, as Grushnak looks Draga as well at Goel, proud parent as they are to see him relish in there.
Yeah, but that's what Jethris is doing.
And Goel, is there anything else that you'd like to be doing before the long rest?
I guess no. That's it. Just enjoy the party and keep singing the stuff that I sang or wrote.
Until you collapse, as they say. As last but not least, Regulus. Is there anything else? I see that you are back onto the lion, but I'm not sure if you wanted to do something else before the long rest is.
Not really. I'm just continuing to hang out with the lion, and then like, if the world allows, Regulus will just like curl up alongside the lion and go and have his long rest
The
against the
lion is
lion.
mostly sleeping nearly all the time in there, just curled up, blocking the entrance with its massive torso. So you can just curl up in there. And after your last not 20 against the animal handling, you definitely are going to be allowed to be in there sleeping onto the side of the spotted lion. And once everyone collapsed and as a trance, the spirit die down, you will all gain the benefit of a longer rest, that is. But during your long rest, during your night, each and every one of you will have vision. As if you are into the woods, like an apex predator. You seem to take or more to follow the form of an animal, as if you are experiencing a journey into this cavern, but not as part of yourself, but as of your spirit animal, that is. And just for the sake of this, during those visions, start from top to bottom again, Alwyn, what type of animal would Alwyn envision him as? I would more so suggest something like a tiger of sort. That seems like a Alwyn animal. It has to be a predator though.
Owl. Sorry, can you jump because the moment you said that, my brain started looking. I don't believe it's a tiger,
A
but
lynx?
can you
Of course.
jump to that party? I will tell you.
Of course, of course. If
Thank
anyone
you.
has their animal ready, just for description's sake, and for me to have a better mental image of your animal of prey, spirit animal of prey, I guess. I'm pretty sure that Gual has a wolf. But what about Jethros? What about Vala? What about Regulus?
I mean, Vala makes sense. For Vala, an owl makes sense, I guess.
I think owls are birds of prey, technically, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say a crocodile, but I think due to recent events, I don't know. I guess like a viper, like a snake.
Regulus,
Huh? Sorry.
Spirit
what
animal.
would, on those visions that you would have, what kind of animal would you envision yourself as? It has to be a bird of prey.
A bird of prey?
Yeah, not a bird of prey, an animal of prey, a predator, that is.
Oh. Um. Fuck, you think I'd be prepared for that sort of a question?
I guess today it's a lion, next to the lion that you are.
No, I don't know if it'd be a lion. I don't think you'd like just pick it. Well, not pick it, but you give me a second. I'll think about that.
A tortoise.
Regulus.
Wrong blue
Okay.
tiefling.
The question is, what of Judas?
Is there an animal and a predator animal that
Platypus.
I think there is, isn't there? No, there's a predator animal that like tears off its body to like do stuff.
An
I don't remember what it
Judas.
is.
Hyena, for sure. He loves gnolls.
Nah, Judas is a bloodworm.
Actually, if we consider octopus, what's it called, an animal of prey, because it does eat fish, it does mutilate itself only to regenerate. So
Don't think Judas' spirit animal is an octopus there.
It's an axolotl. What about you, Elwin?
oh yeah, or maybe some sort of reptile that also rips off its own body parts.
Kaz,
Go ahead.
would it confuse things if I said orca?
It's entirely how you view all of those things. Technically, because those visions take place in the Underdark, it would be strange, but there are, how one might call it, there are watery areas of the Underdark, so for sure, it's not going to amount to anything. It's more so for view and for the visions that you might see in the future.
I'd say it's probably like a sea animal, and the orca is like one of the sea predators, I guess. And I can't if I did a shark, it'd just be like that would just be Sahagin, the
It's also the
propaganda.
biggest one, orca, that is.
Yeah, orca. I like orca. I mean, I'd say dolphin, but dolphins aren't predator animals.
They definitely are.
They are.
And Alwyn?
I read his thing and actually, you're right. It's between panther and tiger. So it will go with tiger because he's a more strength type. So yes, he's a tiger.
Can't. Chupacabra.
I have no idea what is that, but is that like a what? Honey badger?
No. It's a
Now you
It
say it,
is,
honey badger
a-
would be
a-
perfect for Elwin.
It is a Latino myth of what's it called?
Yeah.
Some ravenous carnivore that it's basically a boogeyman that looks like an animal.
So is that a real thing or just a joke?
No, it's real. People suffer from it every day.
shut up.
So there's many variations. Some of them are based on an actual animal, like they say that they inspired the chupacabra from some sort of coyote or something. But there's variations that are just, not non-existent.
Oh, okay. But no, I thought about, by the way, the honey badger, but sadly, Elwin is not a honey badger. He still have a fear in his heart. He's not evil.
Alwyn cares.
Yeah, honey badgers are evil. Like, go straight to hell.
You can click the long rest button as you will be fully rested for tomorrow. You are about to fight the drow
I literally had everything used.
Wait, I'm confused. Are we gonna fight the drow or gonna do Gwel?
The trial is
Trial comes after.
genocide.
No,
No.
trial comes after the war.
Yes. You need a good hunt first to go on the trial. As said, anyone can partake in the trial if Sir Goel chooses, but they say they have the same constraint. It's entirely up to if Goel wants to bring more people and if people want to attend as well.
Wait, so they're gonna beat the shit out of me and take my shit?
I'm not gonna beat the shit out of you. You're gonna do so willingly.
You'll just have a long cloth.
So what does this
That should be
dream
enough.
look like?
You will find out
Oh,
very, very soon.
okay.
But in here, we will put a pause until next.
Do I get to keep my poncho?
Actually, probably not next week, but the week after. Because next week, as I said, I might be away. There's a very big chance that I will be away.
No.
You
I
had
will
to
let
do.
you know in time.
You had to do that, Kaizen. You let me miss you more. Ah,
Okay?
nothing. Anybody heard it, and then no one. Oh, the people that had heard it did not heard it.
That's it. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
I agree.
I heard nothing. Now feel left out.
Uh,
I
I
heard
had a lot of
cows.
fun.
I hope you enjoyed today's session.
It was
I
a lot
hope
of
it
fun.
proved enlightening, Jeffress. I say for you, finally.
Kaizen,
Go ahead.
Hmm.
can I have a moment from you, please?
Of course.
I have a player I need to complain. They've been bothering me. I need to deal with them. I'm joking.
Okay.
It's me.
I was sort of God. What the hell?
I've teased Elwin one too many times.
That's the appropriate sound effect for that. But yeah, I hope also, again, apologies if any scene in the Occam felt slightly out of character or threw you off the immersion. It was not an intent to make people uncomfortable or take them out of the immersion. It was more so to showcase certain customs or ways of those jokes. I hope
Yeah,
everybody is more than fine with what they seen.
I was gonna complain. There shouldn't be more. I mean, not more. Should be more or not more? Is that the right word? You know, English is not my
It
language.
shouldn't be less, it should be more.
Yeah.
That's what it. No, it was fine. My severe reaction was just like just a joke, you know. It's
Okay.
It wasn't
No worries.
that bad,
I wasn't sure because as I said multiple times, I cannot see your faces when we're playing, so I cannot tell how exactly everyone reacts. So I have to make sure afterwards, at the very least, everything was in good faith.
Was that face actually in the map?
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
wrong?
It's no longer there. I removed it.
I literally had to like I thought it's a joke, being like someone draw that. Then when I sent it to Kaizen, I said no, like it is your map. How did you not know?
I didn't see it. It blends perfectly with the background.
I didn't.
Like you showed me that again. I do not see it until I put my thought to that. I actually thought that you took the time to draw it, and then I went back over there to check with the image.
Believe me, the only thing I'm good drawing is a circle and 4 stick, and the last one in the middle. That I'm good at. How good like an artist I am.
Elwin's actual animal is the eagle. That's why you could see it.
But yeah, okay, then if that's okay with you, just a moment for you. Just a few questions, just for like stuff for Alwyn.
Of course, I will drag you onto the other channel
Kicking
for
and
everybody
screaming.
else.
Yeah, thank you everyone for the game. Have fun. See you
Okay,
next
see you
next
guys.
week.
Couple
Thank you,
of weeks.
folks.